even if he whips it, it doesn't really matter. This lead rolling for some of the members, and then unfortunately, that's just the case that Ruff is gonna have to bite the bullet on that one. HOMEBOIS, at the end of the day, doing pretty well so far. I mean, all of their lanes are winning at this point. It's really difficult for things to go wrong unless they maybe just like face check a bush maybe.
And I mean, HOMEBOIS already opened up 2 out of 3 lanes, and here comes Uni. That's the Terrify!
Oh no!
He just walked straight into an ambush. Izanami was hiding there the whole time, and a flicker into an unstoppable force. Nova Escobar is in a really rough space, so dashes to safety, avoids the up from Arteezy as Crush joins the fight. Ama also follows up. It's the full force of HOMEBOIS in this bottom lane, and 3 go down.
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Uni's still trying his best. But without that, unfortunately, with this Quad Shadow on cooldown and the Ogi Shadow Kill already being used, nothing much he can really do. Amal having the time of his life. He's getting so much turret gold right now, and he is so juiced up. 3 minutes going 4 in the middle of this game. At this point, how does Envy handle it, right? Ruff is falling further and further behind. If they want him to catch up, they might just have to make him lane swap early on. There's 30 seconds before the next turtle actually shows, but we really need Marteezy to land that ult.
Man, even a lane swap, I feel, wouldn't change too much, right? You can't fight Crush. Zeno will just get run down by Soul. It's a lose-lose situation so far for Monster Vicious.
But at least Zeno can do something for the upcoming turtle fights, right? I feel like his ult is more relevant in comparison to Ruff at this stage of the game, who I don't think has finished his Starlame Scythe.
Oh boy.
He's not gonna... Wait, does he have retreat? Oh, he does have retreat.
Gonna find him. There's a full combo. Can they stop him? He goes into the shadow kill. He get the orange buff. He didn't even get it. They get the glorious pathway out, but the direction is a bit off. Are they really gonna let HOMEBOIS get away? At least they'll find one, right?
Hey.
Get Mao. So is in the bush. He's gonna retreat for now. I suppose it's a consolation prize.
No, I don't think it's that bad. If Amal died, then yes, it would have been terrible for the HOMEBOIS. But the fact that Amal is alive still, it just means that they can still threaten the turtle. Both use Retribution, but Uni is the one who had to use the Oki Shadow Kill. They also got the Glorious Pathway. They've got so many ults out of the way for the side of MV. If they want to fight turtle, it's perfectly fine right now.
Amal is top side, so if Monster Vicious wants to fight, they better do it now. And it's just not going to happen.
So worth it.
Ruff loses a 2v1. They drop the Glorious Pathway. It's desperation for Monster Vicious. They get the turtle, find a pull on the Crush, get him back, freeze him in his place. But Amal now shows up, and counter engage for HOMEBOIS. Zeno is going to be the target. Cyclone Knight gets him to safety.
Even HOMEBOIS not exactly perfect there. He wasn't sure which target to go on to. Comms were a little messed there, but it's fine. HOMEBOIS are still in the lead, and they will take full advantage of this. With bot tier 1 falling, this unlocks Soul to head pretty much anywhere across the map. And now that Amal, level 9 already, almost at 1,000 gold ahead of his opponent, Uni, just give him another 5 more minutes. He should be able to achieve 3 items by then and allow the rest of the jungle farm to go into Soul.
Man, Ruff is having such a tough time. He actually went for so much components before finally getting the Starlim sight. He compared the timing to Soul, who has slightly more expensive items. He's about to hit the golden staff in a bit.
Yeah, and man, Ruff needs to scale, but unfortunately nobody can really sacrifice much gold. Even when we jump down towards the EXP department, I thought maybe Crush was doing a lot better than this, but he's only 81 gold ahead, which is not much, right? Very marginal, but he still broke that turret.
In mid-side, HOMEBOIS will apply some pressure. Now it's their turn to play together as 5. But even then, if you want to talk about cross-map movements, HOMEBOIS just have a lot more of that in their arsenal. You can't even really face check if you're Monster Vicious.
I mean, to be fair, you can't really face check. If you're HOMEBOIS, you also can't really face check your opponents as well, right? It really depends on who has the lead that really determines how fast the tempo of the game is going to go. And right now, I think that HOMEBOIS are in a spot where like MV is catching up to their, their first item power spike, so they're waiting on their second item power spike to go ham.
This could be a stalemate for now. Amal constantly a level ahead of his opponent. How is Ruff going to recover from the state? He's 0-3 so far and hasn't really been able to find much farm because he needs to stick with the team.
I think he's got to pick up double waves. That's one, but he's doing it as a full team. So they've got, the Protector President. He's got the Secret Service all around him. Top side, honestly, it's a pretty good motion if they want to get Ruff up there on that top side to maybe crack tier 1 or threaten it.
They're going to be the first one to be on that objective. So far, both turtles have went over to MV. HOMEBOIS didn't really care too much about it. Pull on the crush. Here comes Amao. This time he wants to contest. Gets the turtle with no problem at all. Martizi gets tossed back into the hands of HOMEBOIS. The passive proxy flickers to safety. Amao is going to get solo kill. The shadow kill bounces onto the gold crab as Amao escapes with his life.
So lucky. The RNG not in his favor, but Amao really improving his odds by just moving ever so slightly and waiting for that shadow kill to touch the river crab before hopping out of there to make it an illegal target. So really good stuff as HOMEBOIS maintain this lead. We're hoping that they can make it to 5K as they crack down on tier 2s with 90 more seconds until we see the next neutral objective spawn.
Intention to pull away Escobar. Amao actually, well, flickers backwards. Couldn't find a target. The ejector ran out.
I think he got stopped midway by Zeno, but really,
at least he didn't go down.
Yeah, at least he didn't go down. I'm surprised that MV didn't punish it more than we saw, especially since the neutral objectives are not on the map. There's no purple buff on the map as well for Uni, but maybe that damage could have been relevant with the Oki shadow kill to try and get a pick off and slow down this game. Hard to say. But now that HOMEBOIS have this level of control, it feels like they're not really pressing the advantage just yet. They don't want a potential comeback from the side of MV, like in game 1 where they overextended during the tier 2 dive.
I wonder what is going to be the next step for HOMEBOIS. I agree with you. I feel like HOMEBOIS right now, they could push the envelope a bit more. I mean, they're sticking as a team, same as MV. Suppose the main concern right now is how are they going to break this mid-tier 1? I think that will open up a lot more avenues for HOMEBOIS. Maybe this is going to be it. Unstoppable Force into the Ejector seat. They want to look for Zeno, and with Soul's 2 damage, there is just no way that he can get out of this.
Yep, that's what you want to see straight away. Oh, it's not done yet.
So this gets away. Doesn't even have to use his flicker. So hey, Monster Vicious late on the follow-up.
Okay, pretty good disengage. I think that Monster Vicious understands that even if they did want a follow-up, they probably would not have gotten the kill. Soul could have easily, like, you know, Phantom stepped into the rest of the team, maybe even flickered for the team. Maybe he's very, very desperate, or put very, very low, making the odds for Uni to find the kill a little hard. It doesn't help that Ruff was nowhere close to closing the distance against Soul. Unstoppable Force, though.
Oh, what a dodge from Ruff. Didn't even have to use the Purify. Maybe this is the chance to get a kill in return. Starting with Mao first. Seima hops into the air to escape. The orange buff will be handed over to Soul, who is having one of the best series so far.
Yeah, but the whole point of that engagement and sacrificing Mao was so that HOMEBOIS can actually crack a tier 2 on that bottom side. With this Lord, they should be able to threaten this mid lane, but we know how MV plays. They don't want to let go of mid-tier 1.
It is that important. You have to deal with empowered waves and a Lord walking towards your base from the top side. Maybe after listening for so long, they might have to let it go, honestly. I think that's what they would do.
Oh my goodness, Soul already with the Trinity build complete and has the Magic Dagger as well, just in case he accidentally takes too much damage, especially magic damage. All these out-of-tier turrets should be collapsing so fast. If HOMEBOIS actually finds an inhibitor here, that would be insane.
Actually, that would not be the case if you are MV. So your inhibitors will stay intact. Just some scratches on the top one. But HOMEBOIS will have a close to 6k gold lead. Now full control of the map.
Yeah, the MV can't even walk outside of their base safely, right? They can't sacrifice any of their members. Everybody has a combination with the other. So if one ends up dying and is missing, then you lose a large part of your game plan. Soul having the time of his life, but even Izanami has been hitting some really good spells. Yeah. 30,000.
Look at the player cams. I'm trying to figure out that what's the calm, right? What's the mood looking like? Because so far it does feel pretty somber on both sides. Considering that HOMEBOIS have a very strong lead, they are really taking it slow. Yeah,
but I think they also understand the limitations, right? As much as they can steal sources away from MV, their win con is based off of the Lord. They're not the kind to look for the hot engagements because they know that MV has way better counter engages. So it's just a matter of just pacing yourself, taking your time, enjoying the sunset until you see those results. That's when you bring out the umbrellas.
We'll just wait for the second Lord. This game is probably going to end. If we follow this pacing, we'll just have to wait, you know, for every 5 minutes. The game will eventually end when the Lord gets too.
I think MV is only going to start really initiating anything unless they have like a very glaring mistake. Boys, probably closer to the 16th minute of the game is when you expect that. When people get closer and closer to the end game builds, the goal lead wouldn't matter in general. But with the 5K lead that we see from the Homeboys, they're getting close to the checkmate. But unfortunately, by the time they do actually hit the 42K mark, if MV survives the next Lord push, then I think the power scaling all evens out at the end.
I think they have a very good chance to do that. This is under the premise that Homeboys will get this Lord uncontested, which I think we are gravitating towards that conclusion. Because MV can't even walk out of the base, and even if they do, you have to be prepared for your front line to just get one-shotted.
Oh, for sure. I don't think MV is going to stick their nose out anytime
Like, Mao
soon.
finds you, you're dead.
Yeah, it's just, hi Mal, and then bye Mal. He just sends you on to the next class over. Ah, man. Homeboys will take this without any issues whatsoever, but at the very least, Uni does have his purple buff, which, as a Hayabusa, in the situation that he's in right now, he's pretty thankful.
Yes,
They're not pushing into his purple buff at all just yet, but Homeboys, they've got a bigger problem to deal with, and that's that inhibitor.
Uni is still deathless the whole game. It must be pretty rough, right? Kind of hold up in your base in this manner.
I don't know, he should probably tell that to his teammate here. It was 0-3-2. Just
I mean,
kinda...
that and also they had to listen to his air horns, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they all can hear the in-game sounds, I forgot.
This is probably a good inhib. I don't think they can hold this. Yeah, they're not even going to bother. They get rid of the mid wave and the bottom wave first. They can deal with the Lord afterwards. It's all about buying some time for Ruff to start working on his big back Lord. The pull of Nova Escobar misses. Mao tries to go for the toss, but actually gets frozen in place. Very good response from MV to prevent a potential endgame scenario. So they lose an inhibitor, but they survive the push.
Yep, they break the siege. They're able to live. Now Homeboys can't just starve them out. Now the power levels are going to start increasing for the side of MV as they're getting closer and closer, and especially now that Ruff has his third item, that Holy Crystal, he's got some relevant damage that Homeboys must respect, so they can't overextend, unfortunately. And even so, Uni still opted to go for the Sky Blaster this time around to get the executions. A lot of faith in the rest of his team.
That and the BOD, right? So once you get to below 50%, you're relying on the BOD to get you to the Sky Piercer threshold, which I think is very attainable. He's going for the Endless Battle next.
Yeah. I do think it's a bit of a greedy, but I feel like the Sky Piercer, maybe the BOD could have changed, but then again, it's up to the player, right? Uni is going deathless, so he knows that he is to pull this off.
That one blue shadow changed it. We've seen it. Was it done? I think it was done by Zayed, right? In the worst case scenario, you reach that late game, all it takes is to sneak one shadow to the back line, sneak out Soul or Izanami, just turn the fight around,
Yeah, it can happen very, very fast, which is why I see the Homeboys being so cautious, right? It's like they're playing GTA on 4 stars right now, and if they make a mistake, it goes to 5 and it's over, right? So that's why they're patient. Every crucial mistake here is going to mean so much now that we're hitting the 15-minute mark, going to 16.
Cameras. Even you look at the stage right now, the camera's all on Homeboy's side. Everyone expecting their first victory. It's going to be very meaningful. And they've been staying in this bush for the longest of time. If there's anything we've observed about monster bushes in the past 6-7 minutes is that they usually don't go too far past the rubble of the 2. So this ambush by Homeboys is not going to pay off anytime soon.
I mean, it isn't worth it at all, right? MV, as soon as the Homeboys backed away to wait for this turtle to move on, they cleared out their entire jungle. They're following the fundamentals, and now they're clearing the bush.
So that's Crush with his option to push Zeno away. This Lord's gonna be important. Seems like he wants to fight this as a quad shadow. Uni, he's gone on, tries to use the quad shadow to get him, but So is on him already. He goes down. What a catch by Izanami and So. That they do take down So though, but do they have residual damage? Nova Escobar is gonna go down. Ruff and Martizi remains alive, but Ruff needs to do a lot of work. Can't do enough to save Nova Escobar. Homeboys finds 3 kills.
Unfortunate, really unfortunate. That was Ruff's one moment to maybe turn this around. He drops the Zaman Force, he chrono dashes forward thinking, I'm gonna do some big boy numbers. Gets hit by the Tempest of Blades and had to use that Purify. So then he can't just stick around any longer, right? He's worried about Mal, he's worried about Izanami. He needs that Purify for as long as possible.
Very unfortunate for Uni also. Look at the instant report by JD. You can see the moment that Uni got terrified. It's lights out.
Poor guy. He can't the autos as well. So little that he can realistically do. But I do think that in this instant replay, we did see that Zeno actually can flick really far back, really isolating him from the rest of the fight and unable to peel for the rest of his team because he is still running Revitalize, right? He generally wants to be in front but have enough space to peel backwards to fall into the arms of Martizi or maybe even Ruff when they are low.
At least we also know that Ruff can take out Soul at this stage of the game, right?
Yep.
That was the only kill that they got. If Soul was alive, I think the game just ends. But now Monster Vicious, they somehow bought themselves enough time. One more chance to survive this stage. And Mao, he's going to come in this time. Nothing to stop him. Zeno, he's going to go down in an instant. Ruff is busy dealing with the Lord as the rest of his team are just getting ran down. Martizi is going to fall in. Mao picks up his sword in the process. Homeboy is already finding two, and Mao got the immortality as the fight was dying down. But the siege isn't over just yet. Mid inhibitor drops. Monster Vicious needs to hold on for another 25 seconds. It's all down to Uni, Nova Escobar, and Ruff. The damage. Uni goes down. Unstoppable force onto Ruff. He's going to be able to dash away, but the crystal cannot move. And Homeboys finally lock in their first series win in the regular season.
Let's go! Not just a win, but a 2-0 victory against our third standing mode. It's a big moment for the Homeboys. They've worked so hard for this. Everybody in their room are cheering. They're back, baby. They finally find it.
Took them 4 weeks, but we finally get to hear the cheers of the Flame Boys. It's been quite a while since we sat on that side and hear such a roar. Kind of just rumbling throughout the arena. But it's also the first series loss for MV, and it's such a fashion as well.
Yeah, such a fashion as well. Man, it didn't feel like MV was doing great, but now let's have interviews with our winners, Homeboys!
Kemenangan pertama untuk Homeboys pada musim ini. 2 berbalas kosong, 3 mata penuh untuk rumah jantan MBSJ. Give it up for Homeboys! Guys, congratulations on that amazing win. Mal? Mal? Sini Mal. Alright, Mal.
Ya,
Apa perasaan Mal lepas 4 minggu akhirnya dapat kemenangan pertama?
rasa bang happy lah sebab kita dapat termakan kita orang punya lose rate kan.
So, kita nampak minggu diraja Homeboys ada perubahan sedikit dari segi roster dan korang masukkan EXP laner baru. Korang rasa line up ni dah macam lagi stable ke dan chemistry lagi ngam ke untuk the upcoming games yang korang ada?
Setakat ni masih nak cakap masih dah on top tu belum lagi, cuma InsyaAllah untuk next week ataupun game seterusnya kita orang akan lebih better lah daripada hari ni.
Alright, terima kasih Mal. Okay guys, korang nampak the emotions are overwhelming today. Kita nampak dorang nangis dalam player room. Tapi korang rasa siapa yang sepatutnya jadi MVP perlawanan ini? Wish, banyaknya nama daripada audience kita. So mari kita tengok MVP perlawanan ini in 3, 2, 1. MVP jatuh kepada Crush. Amazing. Okay. Hi Crush, how are you? Kamusta?
I'm fine.
You're fine. You want me to speak English or Tagalog?
And
Okay. Are you nervous today? This is your debut on the big stage. You've never played for MPL before, guys. Tepukan sikit. Ini adalah game pertama dia main di pentas. Your first official game on the big stage. How does it feel like to play in MPL? Nothing? Were you nervous now?
No.
No. How does it feel like to play with Homeboys?
Exciting and new.
Exciting and new. Are you feeling confident with this lineup that you guys might be able to make it to playoffs?
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. Dia nonchalant. Dia tak cakap yeah. Dia cakap no, yeah. Okay, tak apa. Amal. Nampaknya Amal perform dengan sangat bagus hari ini. That steal. I remember that. Now, kita nampak that season ni, musim ni, Amal banyak pakai assassin. Your upcoming matches, you akan lawan Hoda. Dorang ada game dengan Zaid Prime season 9. So, antara satu yang hebat season. You rasa dah ready ke nak lawan? Tengok Hoda kat atas tu. Oh,
Dah.
dah ready?
Ready.
Alright, Homeboys is back, guys. Homeboys is very much confident. Okay, mana Soul? Soul. Soul! Congrats, huh? Okay, now Soul, I think you guys had a very rough starting this season. Very, very rough. What changes did you guys do as a team? And how did you guys manage to maintain a mental state?
I think just we need to trust ourselves and trust the team.
Trust that that's it. So far, you're trusting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Coach Jeff,